talking to Davion. And I called my nephew, he 14. He didn't know who I was. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hey man, what's good? What's the deal, God? He like, yo, what the food? He like, what the fuck? Who is this? I'm like, nigga, this your uncle. He's like, oh, my bad, uncle. I'm like, oh, nigga, I know you be cussing, nigga.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not stupid.
I never say the hoe. I got that Tony Satchery oregano. Fuck is a money problem. Speaking on flavor, bitches call me Baskin Robbins. Barbecue with the sauce. I got a fucking season cabinet in my house. You might call that your closet. Man, I'm dripping, plumbers can't fix my water faucet. You should proceed with caution. Hit you with the bat, man, if you think of robbing. Nigga, I'm dental flossing. Only picking up the phone when the money calling. If it ain't money calling, you can't even speak to me. Chat with my assistants. Cause money talks and the bullshit walks. And y'all niggas go the distance. I sit back reminiscing about the times when I was broke, now that's non-existent. Y'all niggas inconsistent. I got prison boys gifted and I'm persistent. Bank account never insufficient. Married to the money, hoe can't get no commitment. Bitch, I'm ballin', check my statistics. Can't associate with.
I was cussing at that age too, man. I was doing all kind of shit. So like you said though, it's just a time and a place.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not appropriate to use those words around people who aren't accustomed to them. It's like eating vegetables. Mm-hmm. If you a kid and you haven't been eating vegetables, when you eat it's gonna be nasty. Same thing with a word. You hear a word that you ain't used to hearing, it's gonna be nasty to you. You ain't gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I take on that. But yeah, man, people just got ready to be a real leader and lead by example and stop trying to tell them what to do and show them through your living. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm on, shit. Because these motherfucking niggas. The technology is so much faster. You know, you hit middle school, they got cell phones. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Elementary, they got cell phones. That's what I'm saying. But you already know, you got a cell phone. What can you get into with a cell phone? How much shit can you learn about your parents telling you about it on a cell phone?
Man, even sex, like in high school, like you had to find like porno or porn magazine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They got it on their phone.
Nigga found a magazine that had action.
Yeah, action.
Now, nigga, like you said, they got the whole thing, nigga.
Whole catalog
online.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Right for free. Don't cost no money.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And not even when we was just kids, nigga. A lot of our adulthood was fuzzy porn.
Yeah.
That shit just got high definition, nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So imagine, you know what I'm saying? So imagine, nigga, our kids is coming up. They got these smartphones now too. So it's just like, so maybe, it's pros and cons to everything. So I guess maybe one of the pros out of that is maybe they won't trip. Like a girl can't just be like, oh wow, and they can't be like, oh wow, because they didn't seen it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's one of the pros. I guess
I'm trying to look at everything. We the first generation to deal with this too. Yeah. So nobody can say how to deal with it because we're the first generation to actually deal with this because no one's ever had this type of technology and access to things.
Yeah.
So if y'all could name a few things to get back to the main topic about key issues holding back the progress in the Black community, what would y'all say like your top one or two things?
My top one is just I'll say top two is just the family, getting the family structure back together and instilling morals. That's the thing. We got to have some solid morals. We don't have any principles or a code that we stick by. You know, we get outside and we just lose it all. So I think that is probably my main two areas of focus, I would say, for the Black community.
Yeah, I agree with that because people always, there's no accountability. You know what I'm saying? And, we got this thing like, oh, you can't tell me what to do or you can't say nothing to my kid, this, that, and the third. So it's no accountability and no structure. A lot of finger pointing, man, because nobody's perfect.
Yeah,
and, Christianity teaches that, like, I just have to, I could do right 6 days out the week, pray on Sundays, and I'm straight. I could commit 1,000,000 sins, pray 1,000,001 times, and I'm straight, and nobody's perfect. No, all sins is the same. So that's no accountability happening. Like, no accountability.
Depends on who's preaching that Bible, because I heard others say it differently. Mm-hmm. We both know one who does.
Oh, yeah.
He don't read, he don't interpret it like that. But when you hear him say it, it'd be like, okay, So, like you said, most people do preach it like that. So, but in reality, that's my top two too. My top was accountability and structure, basically. Like kids being raised in 2-parent households is very important to me. But accountability is one of the important. Like we can't even. So if a black person does something that's wrong, that I think is morally wrong, and it's popular amongst the black culture, and I say black people do this often and it's wrong, people will get mad and say you're Uncle Tom or something.
Oh yeah.
Even though I'm experiencing it now, because I still live amongst my black community, as opposed to many people who moved away to the white side of town or whatever side of town. But I was a person who felt like in my mind, it's like I need to stay amongst my black community to try to help become better. But I get to experience still from a different perspective, like a mindset. I mean, I get to experience the things I experienced as a kid, but from a different mindset now. And it's just like, man, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I see you talk about the trash cans that day.
Yeah, so it's even crazy. Somebody stole my, and then they stole the books from in front of we had like a library in front of the house for the kids, and someone stole it. And it's just like, this is ridiculous. And kids was actively using, they riding their bikes up, peeling out like, skirt, exchanging books. I'm like, okay, this is tight. Because I didn't even believe in it myself. I'm like, man, these kids ain't going to, so they come up there, they're like, what's that? Exchanging books, taking books. I'm like, oh, and somebody
so you had
stole
a little library pop.
Yeah,
that's tight.
And they stole it. So I'm just, and it weighed about from 150 to 200 pounds. So you got to get up there with a dolly. You got to lift it up on the truck. You got to have at least 2 people. So it had to be kind of planned. It wasn't like just driving up. Oh, that's trash.
Yeah.
It don't look like trash. It say do not steal on it. It got Pete the Cat on the side. So it's just like, even it's a bunch of other things I can list too. You've been over there doing some of them.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, these things are happening. I get to see it from a different perspective. And my daughter's even seeing it. And it's kind of hard for me to explain it to her. But if I call it out loud, people will be like, oh, no, you tripping. You just act like, I'm like, no, but this is really happening. So how do we address things without like, how do we address it? I mean, I'm willing to take the backlash, but it's like, we have to be able to talk about it. And we have to be able to bring it up in public too. It's not just around black people. White people can hear it too. It's like we should be able to talk about it no matter who's around.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to figure out whoever stole them, what they was gonna do with them.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. I don't think you can find them.
Yeah, you can't find. You probably get the metal though. Get some money for the metal.
You had some nice books over there. You talking about the case?
The casing, yeah. It's like in a newspaper, old newspaper stand, but it's repainted and everything.
Well, they could have knocked the books down. It would have been lighter.
Yeah,
but I guess
it's still heavy though. It's still heavy. Damn books have been all over the street, but
that's crazy though.
Yeah,
so he told me that shit. I was like, damn.
Yeah,
I remember when he made it and shit, and I was like, oh, that shit tight. Niggas painted it and shit. I was like, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Set around the curve, and you don't see that every day. You know what I'm saying? You don't see just a thing of books, free books for somebody to come get and exchange and bring back. And for the fact somebody came and stole it, you know, and who did they say stole it?
So
some of the kids.
Nah, some of my peers they recommended that a white person probably stole it, and I was just like, hey man, see, that's why I say we ain't taking accountability. I'm like, man, it's all. Y'all know somebody black stole this. It's like, why would the person came over and stole this? Yeah. It's like that's what I'm saying. Lack of accountability. It's like we can't even admit that this happened is probably likely due to 99.9% of the black person. It's like accountability.
I assume a smoker. You know?
That's what I'm thinking.
It could be a smoker.
Just trying to get their hands on anything. You know.
But it's like all I'm saying, wrong is wrong. It's like it's morally wrong. It's like you didn't take away just from us. You took away from like the whole neighborhood, the whole community. Because all those kids in that neighborhood use it. And it's like my house is kind of starting to become. I got the basketball goals, so the kids come over to hoop now, and then that's come over for the books. Yeah. So it's starting to kind of bring some little traffic in. And you know, I just like a kid person, so
yeah.
But it pissed me off so bad. I was just like, oh man. Like, if I find who did this, we definitely fight.
You can't just be a drug dealer with cameras on your porch, nigga. You gotta be a regular.
You know when we had the cameras, we took them down.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang. I know when we took them down, I was like, I know this is a bad idea.
I live in Edmond. I'm about to put some cameras up, nigga. I don't go fuck. You stay in America, people gonna steal. I live in Edmond. Them fucking kids steal too. Kids just, I mean, you know, people do, you know, stupid shit, but you know,
there's levels to
accountability. Yeah, accountability is key.
It's just crazy though, you know, because it's like you don't even stumble upon the books, like you fucking plan that out. But it's just like, damn, it's just crazy, man.
Yeah, it's like
that nigga must look at that shit and say, we can get at least $20 for that motherfucker. We take it out to the scrapyard.
That bad boy bright too, man. It was baby blue, yellow, address on there. Big sign say, do not steal. Return to this address if stolen. So it's like, there's no way I could have mistakenly thought it was trash.
So the kids come back a little later, like, where the books?
Nah, I'm pretty sure they just can see that it's not there anymore. So it's just like,
man, that's crazy, man.
We need to get you another one of those, man. That was a good little program you had.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But accountability, man. I think that we need to take more of that in the Black community. And I think it's important to do 2-parent households. And I know it's kind of pick your mate better. We just can't be out here having sex with any man or woman. Men need to be leaders. We need to just stop praising women doing these poor quality type behaviors. And I think that'll be a first step into improving.
And what about the part of us? Everybody do it, all race, but I just like to talk about us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What about the part of us that we just naturally take things for granted, like what we have, and always focus on what we don't have? It could be money, material things, or even 2-parent household. Sometimes that is like, man, my daddy
take it for granted.
Like my daddy really wasn't there. Like somebody would say that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then you were also here because we always want to do the best that we can. You know what I'm saying? We never can get comfortable. But you hear people say that a lot too. Like you can't just be present in the house. You gotta actually, you know what I'm saying? But then you got people that didn't even have somebody present. So it's just like, man, we take for granted things that we got, looking for what we don't. Or even think about all the advice that we got when we was 17, 18, 19. Then we had to get older and realize some of that advice that we got was real. And we could tell our kids and little homies and nephews and stuff, we could have long talks with them, tell them what they should do. But man, they just really got to get 28, 29, 30 before they realize, damn, I should have did this at that age. Like, we all got to just go through it, man.
Yeah, your experience.
I think that, that's what it is. They just got to see it happen in real life.
And we only appreciated it once we got older because it was gone. You know what I'm saying? That time was gone. You know, we go back like, damn, I actually probably could have been owning a house or had a mortgage at like 21.
Easily.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Easily.
But we wasn't trying to hear that then.
Man, wasn't even thinking about it.
And they not gonna be trying to hear it either, right?
Oh no, they ain't. Well, they'll find out. Like I said, that's when they go back to just, holding ourselves accountable. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Not being afraid to be held accountable, because getting held accountable ain't fun.
Oh, it ain't.
Yeah, shit ain't fun.
And holding yourself accountable hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Looking in the mirror.
I can say at 37 years old that I've finally grown to the point where I'd rather be the person to hold myself accountable before anybody else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to hold myself accountable before y'all could even get a chance to. Because that's just what I have to do to keep myself on the straight and narrow. Because if I'm not holding myself accountable, I damn sure don't want to depend on somebody else to try to hold me accountable, because then, I mess around, I ain't gonna even understand. Yeah. If you're not open to holding yourself accountable first, then if somebody trying to hold, because people, I think, would it gets confusing, because it's like accountability seems, it's like, you saying something about me. You saying I'm this, you saying I'm that. And it's not that, it's just, we just holding you accountable for your actions. No. Like you said, it could be like, but people think, you calling me weak. You calling me weak because you hold me accountable because you say I got a drinking problem.
Mm-hmm. Point out their flaws.
I fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
you know that they got flaws too.
Yeah.
So it's all of this.
Like, you got flaws too. Like, I know that. I'm taking accountability for that, but you have these flaws. And
I ain't said shit to you about yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, but it be like that. Like my road rage, and I always talk about this. I talk about my last book. I just finished. I talk about my road rage syndrome. But you know what my road rage, Selby? I just got going fucking crazy. I mean, tripping. My brother, this nigga was drinking. He used to have a bad drinking problem. And I was on his ass about some drinking. I had to pick this nigga up from somewhere, the police and shit. And I'm mad. And he drunk too. He like, nigga, how you gonna talk about me and you got road rage like a motherfucking maniac, nigga? I shut the fuck up. I said, damn, you right. I do.
That shit was extreme too.
I have bad. How am I gonna sit here and just go in on him? Yeah. And not even look at myself.
Before addressing your own.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's something else too. If you want to hold somebody accountable, be ready to be held accountable too.
Or or at least hear it.
Receive it. So you can go back. Because I don't think accountability is something, I don't take it as malicious. We try to help you. Yeah. And if I got something that you need to call out on me, you call it out. But don't try to neglect what I just said about you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. So
when I first learned that I was privileged when I traveled to third world countries, and I seen black people smiling and super happy, barefoot, living in shanty towns. And I was like, I ain't got it that bad. I was like, shit pretty good. And I was like...
They was happy.
Yeah, Jamaica and Kingston, happy. Central America, happy. It's like they have way less, and you know they hood. I can't even think of a neighborhood that looks as bad, and they got military walking around with the troops, like with the guns and the vests, and it's like, you know, they don't do that in our neighborhoods.
Right.
So imagine them doing that in your neighborhoods, and you looking at these houses like, I don't probably, like we Airbnb'd in one of them things. I was like, oh man, it's probably not safe. But but it made me realize how, like, man, I was like, I'm so privileged. It's like, and we gotta think, man, most people don't make like, it's a small percentage that make over 100,000 and up. That's a very small percentage. And I know on TV it shows that like everybody's making all this money and all this jewelry. That's not the large. That's not the most. Yeah, that's that's like the top 5-10%. And but the rest of the percentage is like in that below 100,000. Like not many people are doing that. So we gotta be more grateful for what we have and stop looking at the negatives and like, yeah, I got this and this. Like even the poorest kid in the hood in Parker State, Garden Oaks, wherever you look at, it can't compare to living and being poor in Kingston. Yeah. And I ain't even going to Africa and China. I'm just saying, just those two small, like Kingston and Belize. Like poverty there is a whole lot different than it is here. We have access to something to help. Yeah. They don't have no access to nothing. So it's like being more grateful and humble. And we gotta set our ego aside sometimes.
That's true. They get us to be patriotic like that too. Like, man, you great right here, you know, in which we are. Our living conditions is way better than a lot.
But you don't settle.
But when you do the mathematics of our living conditions, add it up to the fact that we really built this motherfucker, then it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So it's tricky, man.
It is tricky.
It's tricky.
It's tricky.
Yeah. My wife had a conversation too about just reparations and stuff. And while I don't believe in asking for it, you know, everybody else done got peeled off some paper for they, you know, they hardships. So, you know, technically speaking, so should black, because the descendants of the slaves.
Yeah, if you pull off one group,
you should everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When they got put in them concentration camps over there in California during World War I or II, whenever they bombed, you know what I'm saying? Did that shit in Pearl Harbor. You know, they got money for that. The Jews got money. So technically speaking, that goes, you know, I be following some of them ADOS people and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they be talking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it got a point, but I'm always like, man, if they gonna give it to us, fuck them.
I think they haven't peeled us because they will be openly admitting, like they are. Everybody knows, you know what I'm saying, and they know, but they'll really be admitting how bad they did. And then, how do you come up with the number? They basically would just have to give us this shit, like you know, you know. So that's probably why they haven't too. But not knowing that niggas would be happy with anything, like look at the stimuluses, you know what I'm saying?
But that's same like with the welfare, like it's like Lyndon B. Johnson.
Oh no, niggas be happy with welfare too, though.
Yeah. Like they was happy with that kind of put us back, in my opinion. But it's like relying on the government, we should never do.
You don't want to get that.
But you know, it's been things offered, and at that time, I can see how they probably thought that was the right way to go. Yeah. But like you said, it's steps to it, and you know, ain't no perfect way to do it now. It's already sloppy.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, from the workforce to the judicial system. Like maybe if they just, you know what I'm saying, handle that differently, handle the judicial system and the workforce differently, maybe there could be some cool reparations. Like we could settle. You know, but those are
individuals. So it is messed up, but it's like it's an individual. So if the judge has a flawed mind and is a bad person, that's gonna mess up that whole. Everybody goes to that person's courtroom is gonna get probably effed over. You gotta get moral people. Like, how do you get moral people into these positions?
That's the tricky part, I think, is getting the people that's, like you said, have a good moral compass to make decisions. Like, I done worked in corporate places and seen people that ain't qualified mentally, professionally, you know what I'm saying, to be holding the titles and the positions and to make the money they make, and they still there though. You know what I'm saying? And they got put on because now it's like who you know. If you know the right people, you can get put on, whether you got it or you don't got it. You know what I'm saying? We seen that in basketball.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We seen people on the basketball team that's just on there just taking up a spot. And they in the way of somebody that can actually play and is really dedicated to the game. And some of the people, they don't even stay and play the whole time.
Yeah.
They be falling off and quitting, getting fat and shit. They just play 4 years and don't even have any progress throughout their whole collegiate career. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Barely make it and get their degree. Then they get out and find some job and they half-assing on the job. And this is like, we got to get out of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, as people in America, you know, like I think that's one thing that killed capitalism. You know what I'm saying? Making it where it's just, you know, come on, I'm gonna put these people on. Even like if my kids ain't qualified to do the job, I'm not gonna put them on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put them somewhere where they can put themselves in a position to be qualified. But when you're looking at it from a business perspective, I'm not gonna hurt my business for personal feelings just because of who you is or you know how I know you. Because I'm not gonna, it doesn't make sense because business doesn't work like that's not how businesses work.
The nepotism.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. So.
Yeah, but we the minority, and we gotta think that white people are the majority. So, and if everybody's putting their homie on, it's gonna be majority. It's gonna be white.
Yeah, and that's what they do. You know
and that's what I'm saying. Like, and even we had that discussion with your book signing. It's just like, you know, I ain't gonna lie. It's like if it was like two people equally qualified, one was white, one was black, I probably would relate with the black person more. So I'm probably like, oh, come on, Jerron. So it's like I probably favor to this side, even though they're equally qualified, same schooling, same everything. I'm probably going, come on.
Yeah.
So it's like I can understand it from that point, but it's not fair. But you know, it is what it is.
Man, I'm one of them people too. I never look for stuff to be fair. I just don't, man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't vote. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I don't vote. I don't, you know, like people was tripping what they did at the Capitol. And it wasn't like it was different, you know, the way they acted, the way law enforcement responded to it. So I'm like, what you expect, man? People really thriving for this shit to be fair, but I don't think that they came over here and did all this murder, you know what I'm saying, to the natives, which was probably black natives too, you know what I'm saying, and slavery and just all of that, like, just came from Europe and did this shit. They didn't do this shit for it to be fair. They did it so it could benefit them, man.
It's for benefits.
And if we ever want our own, we got to do the same. We got to go somewhere and do the same, you know, which is probably hard because you can't go back, you know what I'm saying, 500 years again, just with technology and shit. And Black Wall Street was the closest to our own.
Oh, yeah.
And they just burnt that shit.
I mean, it's been a few. I think there's a place in New York, too. But I can't think of it. I don't want to be blurting out something and don't know my accuracy. Yeah. But, you know.
You know Oklahoma got the most black towns?
Now?
Yeah, bro. We got we've always had them. My homeboy, he's the mayor of Tatum's. He our age, too. But he just started this thing. I think this year is going to be the 3rd annual motorcycle thing where they drive through all the 13 black towns. You have to Google it, though. Oklahoma got the most black towns in America. But a lot of people don't know it, you know, because ain't nobody there and shit.
Oh, yeah, they
and the shit is there if we ever wanted to just start our own communities. And then he was talking about this other thing the other day, back in the lynching days, how like in the South and other areas and stuff, like, it was up to like 87%. Like most of the people that was getting lynched was of color. You know what I'm saying? But in Oklahoma, it was like 33% people that was getting lynched, black people. That's because we had all them black towns. Yeah, y'all have to look that up, bro. Oklahoma got the most black towns. I don't know them off the head.
I can believe that.
They got the most black towns, man. We got the most black towns.
They still black. It's just low population.
Very low.
It's like no police force, no nothing. People just out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just really unmarked land, really just for the taking. Like
that basically is like
we can go out there and just build. We can do this shit if we wanted to. But we gotta want to, bro.
That's what it is. Gotta have the natural desire to really want to go out there and put that work in.
Yeah.
I'm down for it because I know it can benefit us long term. I really do it like that anyway. Like in Guyman, Oklahoma, the Mexicans have moved out there and turned that into
took it over.
They took it over. Got it look like fucking 29 all over.
Oh, man. All over. I talked to some of the homies from Spencer, and they said they was
an article about that, did they?
Yeah. That's why I saw that, and I talked to some of the homies from Spencer, some of the older homies, and they was just schooling me to my the Mexicans out there buying that land up out there. I've been saying we need to go to Spencer and buy land up for the longest. Since I seen them coming through the east side, I said, man, Spencer's wide open in. It's a number of land out there.
Yeah,
that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But people don't want to get, because people think about agriculture and think it's slavery, and I'm just like, that's how everything is made. You know, the batteries for your phone Y'all ever heard of a lithium farm? Like they got like these farms. It's like they got this like battery. They make it. It's like liquid, and they farming it.
Damn,
it's a farm. Everything comes from the earth. Everything. It blew my mind when I seen that. Once I seen that, I said, "Damn, everything is agriculture."
Yeah,
everything.
That was your major, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's all I got my master's in. You know what I'm saying? That's why my wife had too. She's getting her master's in agriculture. So we end up connecting on that. So we still pushing with that as well. But black people we need to really start looking into agriculture, just starting off just growing your own food, and then shit, I'm trying to get a silk farm or something. You know what I'm saying? Get some silkworms and start making clothes. I'll pick some cotton, get a cotton machine or something, and make my own material.
That's racist.
But that's what we gonna have to do.
No, yeah,
that's what we gonna have to do, man.
You gotta think about like those dudes that stand, the religious groups stay in Utah, like they produce
the Mormons.
They produce all day. It's like it's nothing. It's like it's a sacrifice that you have to make to get out of this world. Be in the world, but not of it. It's like, and just go do your own. Like you don't have to rely. We don't have
everything they do it themselves.
Yeah, they do it themselves. Yeah, they don't look at TV. They don't do none of that. Like we don't have to. We can make our own. We can do our own if you want to.
You really
but it's like it's a choice. We do have a choice to do that. But to not keep it long, we got to kind of summarize it up. You guys let us know what you think. What are things that affect the Black community that may be holding us back, that's from progressing, and the influence of hip hop on politics and all that.
And please like, subscribe, share, comment, and man, tell them where they can find you at, man. Where they can find out your music and everything you doing, man.
Apple, Spotify, YouTube for the people that don't have those. All streaming platforms actually. Just search Chris the God MC Cain, and it'll come up.
See that funeral got shot up?
What funeral?
At Newson last week.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on the news.
Shot a funeral.
They ain't shot no damn funeral.
They was shooting at the funeral.
They was shooting at the funeral. They ain't shot no funeral.
This that block runner shit, that west side shit, this that east side shit, that sex mob shit, this that south side shit, that 8-ball shit, this that north side shit. When Polo was a clique, this that north side shit, that Hollywood clique, this that east side shit, that Mac Pack shit, this that Millwood shit, that PFL shit, this that west side shit, that 6G shit, this that mid-dub shit, that Dun G shit, this that Spencer shit. You need a membership. This that east side shit, this that overdose clique, this that east side shit, this that bomb squad clique, this that west side shit, this that play click, this that Millwood shit, this that game tight click, nigga. Y'all cried when he left and went his separate ways. That nigga wasn't from here, he left, I stayed. I was still selling 3.5. Local hoopers still hug the 3-point line, but that's old news. Old school, new school, no school. School is out. Pro Tools, one take, that rapper that you knew about. Haters tried to rule him out, the best since Jesus. Saw it with their own eyes, still didn't believe it. The rest didn't see it, they only got to read about it. We didn't get to see it, we only got to read about it. Holy Bible, Holy Quran, put that on something that's on the Bible, put that on moms. We don't know shit, we all on a journey. If it ain't family, man, that shit don't concern me. Told my homeboy we the best that ever did it. They never played a game, they just study analytics. Sideline niggas try to tell you how, and on God they ain't did it. Right hand on the oath, and on God I'ma zip it. I ain't saying shit, and God is my witness. Right hand on the Bible. The West Side King home.
Young Bud.
Buddy, what's up, little bro?
Yeah, what's good?
You know what time it is.
Hey, this that west side shit, block runner shit, me and Stack in the mall with the same outfit, front like we don't know we ain't got shit, took a loss on the dice, win half on the brick, this that 2-9 shit, do say shit, I rent that bitch, I own that bitch, me and baby one trade trying to rock a whole brick, ain't a nigga on the west who can tell me shit, this that 10th Street shit, 9th Street shit, me and B up on the porch with about 100 rounds, flip 100 pack, but we pop about 50, so I'm walking around this bitch weighing about 100 pounds, that Windsor Village shit, Emmercourt shit, 23rd station, Old London bitch. I stayed in Oak Leaf, got a plug in Oak Cliff. Buddy, stay focused, you killing this shit. This that Branch Tree shit, Urban Land shit. What about Regal Gardens? I love them apartments. If it weren't for them, fuck around, be starving. Want my money right now, ain't no time to bargain. Terror Squad shit, Old London Square. Cut my first pistol case at the damn State Fair. Life ain't fair, but I don't play fair. Nigga,
I put my heart into this music shit. I love it so much I go broke trying to get rich. The price of fame costs a lot, not a little bit. Gotta spend what I gotta spend to get where I gotta get. Taking risks, chasing dreams, but it's really reality. I can touch it, I can feel it. I know my mama proud of me. I'm protected by the angels. Every day I'm fighting demons. God got me even though the devil scheming, smoking, drinking, thinking, riding down Lincoln on some east side shit. Oklahoma shit. The police station in my neighborhood, but it still stay lit. The good die young where I'm from. I don't gang bang, but I keep a gun. It ain't on me, it's in me. I don't fuck with too many. Circle small as a penny, feel like everybody against me. I know niggas from elementary to turn to an enemy. Ain't no reason to envy me. I ain't rich, but I'm finna be hopefully.
These niggas stunt for the gram, mugging while they taking selfies, pointing they gun at the cam. Oh, them little Ronald McDonald's, got the max, but they some clowns. On 3, my nigga get gangster, while I push this red button down.